Loading. ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗಲಿದೆ. We request all of you to kindly take your seats. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to invite the dignitaries onto the stage. It's our privilege and pleasure to welcome Honorable Mrs. Justice P.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly come over to the stage, please.
I also request Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly come to the dais.
Honorable Mr. Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka and Patron-in-Chief, Karnataka Judicial Academy.
I request Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka, President, Karnataka Judicial Academy, Bengaluru, to kindly grace the occasion. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಶುಭೋದಯ. ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯೋತ್ಸವದ ಸಂಭ್ರಮಾಚರಣೆಯ ನೆನಪಿನ್ನು ಮಾಸುವ ಮುನ್ನವೇ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮಹತ್ತರವಾದ ಮೈಲಿಗಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಸಂಭ್ರಮಿಸಲು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಜ್ಜಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ನ್ಯಾಯಜ್ಞಾನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ 25 ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ವಸಂತಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿದ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು. 54 ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾನ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ಆರಂಭಿಸಿದ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇಂದು ಬೃಹತ್ ಆಲದ ಮರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ತನ್ನ ಬಿಳಿಲುಗಳನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಪಸರಿಸಿದೆ.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, true to its name, Karnataka Judicial Academy has carved a niche for itself in the entire judicial sector of the country. And today is a momentous occasion for all of us to remember. On behalf of High Court of Karnataka, Bengaluru and Karnataka Judicial Academy, Bengaluru, I am Shankar Prakash.
ನಾನು ವೀಣಾ ಶರ್ಮಾ.
We welcome you all to the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the Karnataka Judicial Academy, Nyaya Gnana, a silver milestone. A very, very hearty welcome to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆದರದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ.
ಇದೀಗ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಶುಭಾರಂಭ ನಾಡಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ನಾಡಗೀತೆ.
ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಸುಂದರ ನದಿ ವನಗಳ ನಾಡೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ರಸ ಋಷಿಗಳ ಬೀದಿ, ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನವಮಣಿಯೇ, ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದದ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ, ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವತರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಜನನಿಯ ಜೋಗುಳ ವೇದದ ಘೋಷ, ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವವು ನಿನ್ನ ವೇಷ, ಹಸುವಿನ ಗಿರಿಗಳ ಸಾಲೆ, ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ, ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ಜಿನನುತ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಶಂಕರ ರಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ, ಕನ್ನಷಡ ಶರಿ ಹೊನ್ನ ಸಂಪಲ ಕುಮಿಪತಿ ಜನ್ನ, ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಮಂಗಳ ಧಾಮ, ಸರಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ, ನಾನಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಕೈಲಪ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳರಾಡಿದ ನಾಡೆ, ಕಂಕಣ ಜಕಣರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವೀರೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶರಾವತಿ ತುಂಗಾ, ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ವರರಂಗ, ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ, ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೇರುವ ನೋಟ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ, ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನರು ಜ್ಞಾನ, ಜನಗಣ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ, ಕಾಯಕ ವೈಣಿಕರ ರಾಮ, ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ದೇಹ, ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಂಗಳ ದೇಹ, ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
We now request Honorable Mrs. Justice Anushka Raman, Judge High Court, President of Karnataka Judicial Academy, for the opening remarks and welcome address.
Honorable Justice V.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, and all the dignitaries and this illustrious audience, Ellarigu Namaskara. The Directorate of Training, which was started in the High Court of Karnataka in the year 1978, metamorphosed into the Karnataka Judicial Academy and started functioning from the Crescent House on the 7th of August 1999. It is the 25 years of the existence of the Academy that we celebrate today. 25 years is not a very long time in the life of an institution. It is a considerable part of our lives on this planet. It is therefore an occasion for celebration, for gratitude, for introspection, and for renewal of our commitment to the institution, which has played a remarkable role in shaping the judiciary of this state. As for me personally, I have this rare privilege of coming in at such an opportune time so as to be able to stand before you today to welcome this august gathering. I am eternally grateful for this privilege. Honorable Justice V.V. Nagaratna has been a guiding light for all activities since its inception and has provided all help and support for this function. I have had the privilege of attending a regional conference here in Bangalore in 2018 when Madam was the governor of this academy. I extend a warm welcome to you, Madam, on behalf of the academy, its patron-in-chief and governing body, its director, its staff, and on my own personal behalf. Honorable Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, has taken time off a punishing schedule to be with us today. He is keenly attuned to all aspects of the judiciary and indeed the legal fraternity of this state. We look forward to your valuable insights and guidance in all our endeavors in future too. On behalf of the Academy and on my own behalf, sir, I welcome you to this auspicious function. Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice of the High Court of Karnataka and the Patron-in-Chief of the Karnataka Judicial Academy, is our captain and our anchor. This function would not have been possible but for your active guidance at all stages of planning and preparation. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We have with us today a distinguished assembly of past patron-in-chiefs, past presidents, past governors of this academy, and past resource persons. With us today. I bow in gratitude to each and every one of them. I welcome the dignitaries of the dais to this function today. And other judges who have been the support system behind the academy and in the planning for today's function. A very warm welcome to all of you. We are indeed privileged to have you grace this occasion today. The Registrar and the Registrar General and the Registrars of the High Court, the Judicial Officers, staff of the High Court, each one of you has been offering all support and welcome to this function. Sri Narahari Prabhagar Marathe and other directors and officers of the Academy, staff of the Academy, trainee judicial officers. This is the day you have been working tirelessly for. Welcoming you would be a mere formality because it is you who deserve all credit for the day. But formalities must be done. And every one of you. The officials of the PWD and the representative of the contractor who is undertaking the ongoing constructions of the second phase of the Academy building have been a great assistance to us for conducting this function here today. I extend a warm welcome to them. A warm welcome to the media personnel, police and security personnel is also due. I welcome them all. The august audience here today and all who have cooperated with us for the conduct of this function today. I welcome you with bold hope that we have your cooperation in the days to come as well. Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka and President of Karnataka Judicial Academy, Bengaluru, for extending a cordial welcome. I would now request the Director of Karnataka Judicial Academy, Mr. Narahari Prabhakar Marat.
ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं
Over time, this initiative has gone into a well-structured and comprehensive training system, gaining national recognition for its effectiveness and innovations. Early training programs in the 1978 to 1984. The initial training program for Karnataka trial judiciary was established in the year 1978, involving 54 officers who underwent 15 days of training at the High Court and District Courts. The program was expanded after the 77th Law Commission report, which recommended a more structured approach. By 1980, the training included lectures, practical sessions, and site visits, which earned the program national recognition. The Karnataka Judicial Service recruitment rules were framed in the year 1983, transferring the responsibility of recruiting munsifs from the Karnataka Public Service Commission to the High Court, ensuring a better assessment of candidates' competency and integrity. The first batch of munsifs recruited under these new rules was selected in 1984 and appointed in 1985. They underwent 4 months of training. And to manage this effectively, the position of Director of Training was created with Sri C.M. Basavarya, a retired district judge, being appointed as the first director in July 1984. The Law Commission of India, in its 117th report of November 1980, the Karnataka pioneering efforts in judicial training and suggested the establishment of a National Academy for Judicial Training, potentially in Bengaluru. Establishments and growth of the Karnataka Judicial Academy in the year 1984 to 2002. In response to the growing need for a formalized training system, the Directorate of Training was established on July 20th, 1984. Training program developed by the Chief Justice of Karnataka, conducted at the City Civil Court, Bengaluru. The Karnataka Judicial Academy was eventually established on May 28, 1999, specially to train judicial officers and other state officials involved in justice administration. The academy was housed in this dedicated building on Crescent Road, Bengaluru, which was inaugurated on 7th of 1999 by Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Anand, the then Chief Justice of India, along with other prominent figures, including the Chief Minister of Karnataka and several Supreme Court judges. The academy was equipped with a library and a hostel with construction beginning January 2000 and completed by June 2001. The building was inaugurated by the Governor of Karnataka in June 2002 and to accommodate the growing needs of the academy. Development of training programs and infrastructure in the year 2002 to 2015. The academy continued to develop its training program and infrastructure, reflecting the increasing importance of judicial training in Karnataka. In 2008, a committee led by former Chief Justice Dr. V.S. Mellimat was appointed to develop a comprehensive training module. The committee produced a 6-volume report in September 2010, which has been Sri Justice D.H. Waghela, the then Chief Justice of High Court of Karnataka. As training needs continued to grow, a new building was planned with the foundation stone laid on June 24, 2015 by Honorable Sri Justice H.L. Dhattu, the then Chief Justice of India. Evolving Mission and Vision 2015-2023. In the year 2020, the Karnataka Judicial Academy updated its motto to Vidya Viniyogaath Vikasaha, meaning development through the application of knowledge, reflecting the Academy's commitment to equipping training with the knowledge and wisdom necessary to eliminate and overcome challenges in the pursuit of justice. The Academy's logo, featuring a book, Goddess Saraswati, a weighing scale, a lotus, and a radiating sun, symbolize knowledge, intellectual growth, divine guidance, balanced justice, purity, impartiality. Since its establishment in the year 1999, seminars and conferences. These have included foundation training programs for civil judges and district judges, induction and refresh courses for newly recruited and promoted judges, the continuing education program for the trial judiciary. Notably, training programs have covered topics such as human rights, environmental law, cyber laws, labor laws, and various aspects of criminal and civil justice. The Academy has also conducted specialized training program for officers of other states, departments involved in justice administration, including the Karnataka Appellate Tribunal, the Department of Survey, the Department of Settlement and Land Records, and the Transport Department. These programs have focused on enhancing the skills and knowledge of these officers in areas relevant to their roles in the justice system. The comprehensive training program in their 1999-2023, the Karnataka Judicial Academy has conducted a wide range of training programs reflecting the diverse needs of the judiciary and other state officials involved in justice administration. Some of the key training activities include foundation training programs. The Academy has conducted foundation training programs for 18 batches of civil judges, totaling 1,105 officers from 1999 to 2023. These programs include various phases and specialized courses. Similarly, foundation training programs have been conducted for 13 batches of directly recruited district judges, totaling 101 officers from 2002 to 2024. Induction and refresh courses. The Academy has organized 21 batches of induction and refresh courses for newly recruited and promoted judges across different levels, such as fast track court judges and district judges, totaling 504 officers. Additionally, 57 batches of refresh courses and continuing education programs have been conducted for the trial judiciary, benefiting 3,325 judicial officers. These seminars have brought together judicial officers, public prosecutors, police officers, and other stakeholders to discuss and address key legal issues. Lectures and conferences. The Academy has hosted lectures by prominent figures in the legal field, including Sri Foley S. Nariman, senior advocates of the Supreme Court, and the Nobel Peace Laureate Kailas Satyarthi. These events have provided valuable insights and perspectives on various legal and human rights issues. Regional workshops. The Academy has conducted regional workshops on various topics such as planning and management for timely justice, the administration of criminal justice, and strengthening the justice delivery system. These workshops have included participants from Karnataka as well as other southern states such as Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Kerala. Capacity building program. The Academy has organized capacity building program for judicial officers and other state officials, focusing on areas such as economic, social, and cultural rights, biodiversity conservation, sustainable development, and the application of ADR methods under Section 89 of the Code of Civil Procedure. Continuing education programs. The Academy has emphasized the importance of continuing education for judicial officers, organizing programs on topics such as judgment writing, the law of partition, with reference to Hindu succession, and the relevance of Gandhi to contemporary India. The training program for revenue department officers. The Academy has provided training on legal aspects and principles of natural justice for 29 officers of the Revenue Department in the month of May 2011. Training program that is prosecuting officers. The Academy has conducted training for officers of the Directorate of Prosecutions on various legal and procedural aspects, including forensics and cybercrime. The Academy efforts are driven by its commitment to empowering judicial officers and other stakeholders with the knowledge and skills necessary to uphold the rule of law and deliver justice effectively. As the legal landscape continue to evolve, the Karnataka Judicial Academy remains dedicated to adopting and involving its training program to meet new challenges and contribute to the overall improvement of the justice system in Karnataka. Some of the impressions of dignitaries about their visit to the Karnataka Judicial Academy. Sri Ramarjit Mahalini, in the month of September 27, 1999, the Honorable Union Minister for Law and Justice, Company Affairs, praised the Karnataka Judicial Academy as a model institution, suggesting it should be emulated by other states. Honorable Justice V.R. Krishna here, in the month of October 1999, the retired Supreme Court judge expressed delight in engaging with the trial judges on human rights issues, highlighting the joy of sharing experiences. Honorable Justice S. Rajendra Babu, in the month of November 8, 1999, another Supreme Court judge commended the Academy for its potential to foster a new judicial culture, noting its conducive and aesthetically pleasing environment for learning. Honorable Justice M. N. Venkatachalaya, in the month of April 2000, the chairman of the Constitution Review Committee described the Academy as a realization of a great dream, appreciating its contemporary and ideological approach to justice, and anticipated significant improvement in the administration of justice in the state. These impressions reflected high regard for the Academy's role in enhancing judicial training and its positive impact on the justice system. Thank you, and may the Karnataka Judicial Academy continue to shine as a beacon of justice and knowledge for many years to come. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. Thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was indeed a comprehensive overview of the various milestones during the last 25 years. Thank you, Honorable Mr. Justice K. Somshekar, for taking us through the journey of 25 years.
ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ, ಈ ರಜತ ಸಂಭ್ರಮದ ಈ ಶುಭ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಈ ಸುದೀರ್ಘ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಪಯಣದ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಹಾವಲೋಕನ ಕಿರುಚಿತ್ರದ ಮುಖೇನ.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this short video also has a flute at the background of very well-known artist Praveen Godkindi. So let's sit back for a few minutes and watch the wonderful journey of Karnataka Judicial Academy. Let's have the video, please.
ನೆನಪಿನಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುದುಗಿದ ಅನರ್ಘ್ಯ ರತ್ನಗಳನ್ನ ಹೆಕ್ಕಿ ತೆಗೆದು ಅದನ್ನ ಸುಂದರ ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನಾಗಿಸಿದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Indeed, great memories and definitely a lot of things to remember in the hearts and minds of each and every individual. Great show. I think, if I can ask all of you to put your hands together, because I think we must celebrate this momentous occasion and don't think otherwise for making you all clap. Thank you. I would now request Honorable Mr. Justice N.V. Anjaria, the Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka and Patron-in-Chief of Karnataka Judicial Academy for the Presidential Address. ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ, ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ Honorable Mr. Justice N.V. Anjaria.
Honorable Ladyship Srimati Justice V.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, respected Sister Srimati Justice Anu Sivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka and President Karnataka Judicial Academy, my sister and brother judges of the High Court who are gracing the occasion, Galaxy audience, whom comprises of the retired judges of this High Court, past presidents, and academicians. My attempt to name few of them would render me guilty of missing many. Therefore, please pardon me in that regard. Registrar General, Director, Deputy Director, Judicial Officers, and everybody present here. Nyaya Gnana, that is justice with knowledge. Nyaya Gnana, a beautifully carved out silver milestone, is the symbol of today's occasion. As you know, this event is organized to mark the inauguration of Silver Jubilee celebrations of our Karnataka State Judicial Academy. It is indeed a significant juncture in the journey of an institution. I am immensely pleased to be here with proud satisfaction that today we commence our journey of celebration by felicitating the personalities who have contributed and served the Academy for long years with zeal and dedication, because of which the Academy has been able to achieve its avowed purpose. Days back, Miss Justice Sivaraman came to my chamber and mooted a suggestion to celebrate the Silver Jubilee. It was an idea to be readily accepted. The High Court, under the lead thought of Justice Sivaraman and with collective endeavors of all the sister and brother judges as well as the staff of the Academy, proceeded in the direction leading to today's function and the events to follow in the next 12 months. What is most apposite is that the celebrations on this occasion of Silver Jubilee have started in the cherished presence of Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna and Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, the judges of the Supreme Court of India, whose the association with the Academy is like the heart and soul of the Academy. Their keen interest and guidance have ultimately molded the functioning of the Academy to become an efficient institution. Honorable Srimati Justice Nagaratna was the President of the Academy for 9 years. Hers is a personal touch in upcoming and refinement of this Academy. Both the Honorable Judges have nurtured this institution. The Academy was established with a singular vision to provide continuous and comprehensive training to judges, judicial officers, public prosecutors, and court staff, ensuring that the administration of justice in the state remains effective, efficient, and academically sound. The Academy has grown from a newborn institution to a beacon of excellence by serving and becoming as an academic pillar to the state judiciary. Academics and academic studies in abstract are good to the academicians, but academic activity, when practiced along with the legal profession, it sharpens the legal knowledge and the legal acumen. It is with this object that the Karnataka State Judicial Academy was born before 25 years. I am told that the Academy building has its own history. Previously it was called a crescent house. A crescent is a curve like the shape of moon, which gradually becomes full moon. The crescent house today is demolished, but the Academy has been shining like a full moon. The history book tells us that earlier it was called a race view bungalow, and Mahatma Gandhi, when visited Bengaluru, stayed here for 12 days from 1st June 1936 to 12th June 1936. So that is a significant aspect in itself for this institution. Brother Justice Somsekhara has elaborately mentioned about the history of the academy, but if I mention some slots, it would not be relevant. In the beginning, the training to 54 judicial officers munsifs were started in mini conference hall in the High Court of Karnataka, which was held from 13th October 78 to 31st October 1978. Thereafter, on 12th March 1980, full court of this court resolved to give training to newly appointed munsifs for 3 to 4 weeks at the Administrative Training Institute, Mysuru. Former Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, was requested to work out the details of the training program. His report dated 16th April 1980 is the main basis for the training now being imparted at the academy. One of the fathers of Indian judiciary and truly a fatherly figure for all of us, which is the former Chief Justice of India, Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, has guided the academy to its heights. The Law Commission of India in its 117th report made a proposal for setting up Judicial Academy for training of judicial officers and recommended that the National Academy could be set up in Bengaluru. This academy was inaugurated on 7th August 1999 with the golden hands of Chief Justice of India, the then Chief Justice, Justice Dr. Justice A.S. Anand. Justice V. Bhaskar Rao was the Chief Justice of this High Court at that time. 33 civil judges of 1999 batch were the first to avail the training in this institution and in the building of this very Karnataka Judicial Academy. We are fortunate to have in the midst of us today Honorable Justice Vishwanath Shetty, the first president of the academy, who led the dignified caravan thereafter followed. The present introduction of Justice Shetty is that he is the father of the Advocate General of the state. Dharmo Rakshati Rakshita, translated as Dharma protects to those who protect it, is the motto. This motto was changed in the year 2020 to Vidya Viniyogaath Vikasaha. That means the development through application of knowledge. Goddess Saraswati is very apt symbol and logo of the Karnataka Judicial Academy. From the inception till date, Karnataka Judicial Academy has conducted number of training programs and refresher courses. The academicians, eminent jurists, professors of reputed law colleges, doctors, senior police officers are invited here for giving training to the judicial officers. On this occasion, I would request my sister and brother judges to spare time before or after the working hours to come to the academy to share their experience and knowledge to further vitalize the training to the judicial officers. Judicial education serves multiple purposes. I am not delving into it. One of the key challenges we face is the need to adopt the rapid pace of technological change. Skills in this sphere need to be developed all round. The Karnataka Judicial Academy has to continue to play a leading role in addressing these challenges in the technological times. I want the academy to have a special focus in the sphere of training in technology to the judicial officers and all stakeholders. I would also like to take the opportunity to highlight the importance of gender diversity within the judiciary. Over the last 25 years, the Karnataka Judicial Academy has played a significant role in promoting the inclusion of the women in judiciary. This is not only a matter of fairness and equality, but but something essential for the legitimacy of the judiciary in the eyes of public. I extend my sincere thanks to all those who have contributed to the success of the Karnataka Judicial Academy for past 25 years. Your dedication, hard work, and commitment to excellence have been instrumental in making the Academy what it is today. I am confident that the Academy will continue to grow from strength to strength and that it will play a key role in helping the judiciary of the Karnataka state to be the pillar of justice. Thank you very much.
ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದಂತಹ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀ ಎನ್ ವಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is the world of social media. ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಜಾಲತಾಣಗಳು ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವವನ್ನ ಆಕ್ರಮಿಸಿವೆ. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಮುಖೇನ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. And today, Karnataka Judicial Academy is entering a new realm of the YouTube generation. I would now request the honorable dignitaries on the dais to kindly launch the official YouTube channel of Karnataka Judicial Academy, which would probably send the news to millions and millions of people all around the world. I think all of us must applaud this particular occasion here. It is a very important launch of the YouTube channel, ma'am. Momentous occasion because now thousands of people and millions of people in a click of a button will know the information what's happening and the information about the Karnataka Judicial Academy. It's now time to honor the dignitaries on the dais. I would request Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka and President Karnataka Judicial Academy Bengaluru to first honor Honorable Mrs. Justice Vidya Viniyogaath. Honorable Mrs. Justice Vidya Viniyogaath, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Also request the governors to kindly join in this felicitation.
May I now request Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivaraman to honor Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India.
The governors also will be present along with Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivaraman, all the governors. It's indeed a very emotional moment for the President of the Karnataka Judicial Academy and the governors. Thank you very much for accepting the felicitation. Honorable Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
I request Honorable Srimati Justice Anu Shivaraman to honor Honorable Mr. Justice M.E. Anzaria, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka and Pretendant Chief Karnataka Judicial Academy. I also request the governors to join hands with Mrs. Anu Shivaraman.
Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivaraman ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗವರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಇದೀಗ Honorable Mr. Justice N.V. Anjaria ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನ ನೆರವೇರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. Thank you, Honorable Mr. Justice N.V. Anjaria, for accepting the felicitation. Thank you very much. We now request the Director, Karnataka Judicial Academy, Bengaluru, Mr. Narahari Prabhakar Marate, and the faculty members of the Karnataka Judicial Academy to kindly felicitate Honorable Mrs. Justice Anu Shivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka and President of the Karnataka Judicial Academy, Bengaluru.
ಇದೀಗ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀ ನರಹರಿ ಪ್ರಭಾಕರ್ ಮರಾಠಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಆನರಬಲ್ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅನು ಶಿವರಾಮನ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a matter of great pride and privilege of the Karnataka Judicial Academy that the former patrons-in-chief, former presidents, former governors and resource persons of the Karnataka Judicial Academy have been an integral part towards the growth and development of laying a very strong foundation for the Karnataka Judicial Academy. The Academy takes great pride in honoring the former patrons-in-chief, former presidents, former governors and resource persons in Karnataka Judicial Academy. At the outset, we would like to apologize in the beginning itself because there are not a lot of names, so it may not match with the felicitation. So we will be reading out all the names and we would request all of you to kindly bear with that. We'll start now. I would request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly go down and be a part of this wonderful moment of honoring all these great luminaries who have contributed immensely towards the growth of Karnataka Judicial Academy.
ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ Honorable Mr. Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, former Chief Justice of India, from 20th-7-1984 to 4-10-1987, His Lordship was the first President of the Directorate of Training that laid the edifice for the establishment of the Karnataka Judicial Academy.
Honorable Mr. Justice Rajendra Babu, former Chief Justice. We request the dignitaries to kindly do the honors. We are going to read out all the names. Some of them have not come, some of them are absent. Honorable Mr. Justice H.L. Dattu, former Chief Justice of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Shivraj Patil. Now we are Honorable Mr. Justice N. Santosh Hegde, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. His Lordship constantly guides and supports the activities of the Academy and has addressed the trainees on various occasions.
Honorable Mr. Justice R.V. Ravindran, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice V. Gopalagowda, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Shri Justice A.S. Bopana, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice S. Abdul Nazir, Governor State of Andhra Pradesh, former Judge, Supreme Court of India.
We would also like to acknowledge the contribution of Honorable Mr. Justice G.C. Baruka, former Patron-in-Chief, and Honorable Mr. Justice Mohan M. Shantanagaudar, former President of Karnataka Judicial Academy, and now the former Patron-in-Chiefs of Karnataka Judicial Academy.
Honorable Mr. Justice Y. Bhaskar Rao, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Mr. Justice B. Ashok Bhan, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
Former Honorable Mr. Justice P.V. Reddy, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice G.C. Baruka, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Nagendra Kumar Jain, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice S.R. Naik, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
All the dignitaries now are the former Chief Justices of High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Mr. Justice N.K. Sodhi, Honorable Mr. Justice B. Padmaraj,
Honorable Mr. Justice Siriak Joseph, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Deepak Verma, Honorable Mr. Justice P.D. Dinakaran,
Honorable Mr. Justice J.S. Kehar,
Honorable Mr. Justice Vikramjit Sen, Honorable Mr. Justice K. Sridhar Rao,
Honorable Mr. Justice D.H. Bagela, Honorable Mr. Justice Subro Kamal Mukherjee,
Honorable Mr. Justice H.G. Ramesh, former Acting Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, Honorable Mr. Justice Dinesh Maheshwari, former Judge, Supreme Court,
Honorable Mr. Justice L. Narayanaswamy, former Chief Justice High Court of Himachal Pradesh, Honorable Mr. Justice Abhay Srinivas Ok, Judge, Supreme Court of India,
Honorable Mr. Justice Rituraj Avasthi, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka, Honorable Mr. Justice Alok Aradhe, Chief Justice High Court of Telangana,
Honorable Mr. Justice Prasanna Bivarale, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice P.S. Dinesh Kumar, former Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
We now would like to read out the names of the former presidents of Karnataka Judicial Academy. Some of them are here. For the others, the felicitations will be sent to them later. Honorable Mr. Justice P. Vishwanath Shetty, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice S.R. Banurbat, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Srimati Justice Manjula Chellur, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. She's here.
Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kumar, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice B.S. Patil, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Raghavendra S. Chauhan, former Chief Justice High Court of Uttarakhand.
Honorable Mr. Justice Ravi Malimbhat, former Chief Justice High Court of Madhya Pradesh.
Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
Honorable Mr. Justice K. Somashekar, Judge, High Court of Karnataka. We now move on to the list of the former Board of Governors of Karnataka Judicial Academy.
Honorable Shri Justice G. Patri Basavanagoud, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice Muhammad Anwar, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice H. Rangavithalachar, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice H. Billiyappa, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Shri Justice P. Guru Rajan, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice H. N. Nagmohan Das, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Former Shri Justice Bhaktavatsala, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Shri Justice Anand Bhaira Reddy, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice Subhash B. Adi, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Shri Justice A. N. Venugopal Gowda, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok B. Hinchagedi, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Mr. Justice B.V. Pinto, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice B. Srinivas Gowda, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Mr. Justice R.B. Budihar, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice G. Narendra, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. Honorable Mr. Justice K. N. Kanindra, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice John Michael Kuna, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok G. Nijaganinavar, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mrs. Justice K. S. Mudgal, Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Krishna S. Dikshit, Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok S. Kinigi, Judge, High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice Srinivas Harish Kumar, Judge High Court of Karnataka.
We now move on to the list of the former directors of Karnataka Judicial Academy. Shri Ashok Kumar J. Dhole, Shri V. Jagannathan, Shri B. S. Reddy, Shri Arali Nagaraj, Shri B. A. Mukhnadi,
Shri A.V. Chandrasekhar,
Shri Chaudapurkar Arun, Shri L. Subramanian, Shri P. Krishna Bhatt,
Shri M.S. Sankoli,
Srimati Prabhavati Hiremat, Shri Ramachandra D. Hudar. And we now move on to the list of former additional directors of Karnataka Judicial Academy. Partners, we are not taking the designation in the interest of time. Shri I.S. Antin, Shri A.C. Vidyadhar, Shri Musa Kuni Nayaramole, Shri J.V. Angadi Hiremat,
Shri B.S. Reddy, Shri B.A. Muchandi, Shri S.R. Somashekar, Shri Upati H.R. Radha,
Shri Harisha A. Shri K.L. Ashok. And now we move on to the list of former senior faculty members of Karnataka Judicial Academy. Shri M.S. Sankolli, Shri Muralidhar Pai, Shri M. Brungesh, Shri U. Chandrasekhar. And now on to the list of former deputy directors of Karnataka Judicial Academy.
Shri K.H. Mallappa, Shri H.K. Jagadish,
Shri Srimati Vinita P. Shetty, Shri Srinivas Gowda C, Shri Shashidhar Shetty, Shri Sharana Basappa Kembhavi, Shri Ravi Kumar HR. The former administrative officers of Karnataka Judicial Academy, Shri Yashwant R. Tavre, Shri G.V. Chandrasekhar, Shri H.K. Naveen. And now to the list of former assistant directors of Karnataka Judicial Academy.
Shri Raj Mohan Srivastava, Shri R.V. Patil, Srimati Ujjwala, Shri Chandan, Srimati Prakriti Kalyanpur.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the duty of the anchor, the most difficult thing is to request the audience to put a round of applause. I think we must give a huge round of applause, which is probably the toughest and the easiest job. So thank you. And I'm pretty sure in the days to come, Karnataka Judicial Academy will continue to be doing the pioneering work in the entire country. At this juncture, we now request Honorable Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly address all of us. Bandhukale swagatisi Honorable Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. A very good morning to one and all. My esteemed sister Justice B. V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Nilesh V. Anjaria, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka, Justice Anu Sivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka and President Karnataka Judicial Academy, Board of Governors of Karnataka Judicial Academy, my esteemed brother and sister judges, Honorable Justice Santosh Hegde, former Judge Supreme Court of India, Justice Bannur Math, former Chief Justice Kerala High Court, Justice Manjula Chellur, former Chief Justice Kerala, Calcutta and Bombay High Courts, Justice P.V.S. Shetty, former first Chairman of Karnataka Judicial Academy and former Lokayukta, former Presidents, former Board of Governors, benefactors, all resource persons, former Directors of Karnataka Judicial Academy, present Director and his team of Karnataka Judicial Academy, Registrars of High Court of Karnataka, and Judicial Officers, friends from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I congratulate the Honorable Chief Justice and the President of Karnataka Judicial Academy for taking a lead in organizing the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the Karnataka Judicial Academy on 65 years of teaching and enhancing the knowledge of the judicial officers for the past 25 years, which is a milestone achieved by the Academy. All the past presidents and patrons-in-chief and directors have contributed in their own way in enhancing the true spirit and purpose for which the Academy was established. Speaking for myself, I have a personal rapport with this Academy for reasons more than one. Firstly, in the initial days of my judgeship, I was one of the Board of Directors or Board of Governors for a period of 9 months, and for ensuring the physical fitness of judicial officers, myself and Justice Venugopal Gowda, we took the initiative of establishing a health club to the judicial officers. and I have been informed that fully established health club is being utilized by all the trainee judicial officers. I congratulate the former patron-in-chief, presidents of the board of governors and all resource persons and former directors who during the regime have contributed in their own way for upliftment of standards of the judicial officers. Speedy justice is the need of the hour, and to foster this idea and to achieve the same, the state academies have been established. Karnataka Judicial Academy is one of the pioneer state academies in the country. The judicial officers, the district judiciary, who are the primary contact between the judiciary and the public, are the custodians of the rule of law and efficiency and effectiveness with which they can handle cases. It would be of vital importance. At present, judiciary is grappling with several challenges, including the high pendency of cases, procedural delays, and also there is greater transparency needed and accountability. And these issues not only hinder the timely delivery of justice, but also strain the public confidence in our institutions. For addressing these challenges, the implementation of judicial reforms are imperative. I am of the firm view that the key areas where reforms can make a significant difference are under 5 categories, namely 1. Technology integration, 2. Case management, 3. Alternative dispute resolution, 4. Training and capacity building, and 5. Infrastructure development. Since we are here celebrating the 25 years of the Silver Jubilee of the Judicial Academy, I would confine myself to the 4th area or highlight the same, namely the training and capacity building, which are essential for trial judges to stay updated with latest legal developments and procedural innovation. Conducting of regular workshops, seminars, and exchange programs can facilitate the sharing of knowledge and best practices. There is an urgent need to strengthen the judiciary at the grassroots level and specifically giving training to new judicial officers. In the background of many judicial officers who have either not practiced as a lawyer or who have practiced for only a couple of years or 1 year, and they would require special training. And here I may quote an instance of where a trial judge refused to receive the written statement which was filed on the same day on which the defendant was placed ex parte, only on the ground that the defendant has already been placed ex parte. The application for taking the written statement was rejected. This was challenged unsuccessfully before the High Court, and later on when the matter landed before the Apex Court, it was invariably allowed and the defendant was permitted to file the written statement, and only ground urged was the lawyer had got stuck in the traffic jam. By the time he could come, the case was called and the defendant had been placed ex parte. For this order being set aside, it took 8 years and the proceedings got delayed by 8 years. So I emphasize the necessity to train judicial officers continuously for the following reasons. A. There are a number of open positions. Freshly appointed judges are occasionally posted without complete whole training program. The trainee officers have to be given training for application of mind on case-to-case basis rather than a set of formula for disposal of cases. This will help in imparting justice based on facts rather than strict law-based approach. It is also the need of the hour to train the judicial officers to deal with commercially sensitive matters and apply a commerce-oriented approach in such sensitive matters, since now India has become the 5th largest economy in the country. Judicial officers should also be sensitive while dealing with cases relating to POCSO and crime against women. I would strongly recommend for establishing of a screening committee which would help in preserving the caliber, honesty, and skill of the legal system. This committee would assess candidates for judicial promotions, transfer based on their qualifications, morals, fitness, and the judicial output. The screening committee would contribute to maintaining the judiciary's reputation by making sure that only candidates with greatest level of legal expertise, moral character, and judicial temperament may be chosen. The screening committee's duties would include evaluating the applicant's legal knowledge, prior performance, moral character, and suitability for the duties of a judicial position. Clear criteria and methods must be used in screening process to ensure impartiality. Candidates ought to be judged impartially and without favoritism according to their own merit. In addition, the committee ought to take responsibility for its choices, offering justification for acceptance or rejection and enabling a dispute resolution procedure. The importance of proper use of provisions of CPC has taken a backseat. The Law Commission in the 77th and 79th reports under the heading, I quote, Delay and Arrears in Trial Court, has provided a step-by-step manual for managerial judging, prescribing upper time limits for trial procedures to ensure speedy disposal to be followed by the trial court and the appellate courts. Here I would emphasize the effective use of the tools available in CPC, namely Order 10, Order 11, Order 12, which used effectively and persuaded to be used by the judicial officers would narrow down the area of controversy, cut down the volume of evidence and bring down the delays considerably. This aspect has to be repeatedly imbibed in the training of the judicial officers. Again, the 77th Law Commission report has recommended that argument should be heard soon after the close of evidence and court must insist on the lawyers appearing in the case to present their arguments upon conclusion of evidence, which is seldom done for reasons best known. And often we find extraction of unduly lengthy arguments advanced in the judgments, and it is needless to state that large number of authorities and lengthy passages from judgments which are often cited at the bar would not be a requirement for that particular judgment. The trial court judgments should deal with question of fact by evaluating the evidence, relevant application of relevant statutory provisions, and only such authorities which have direct bearing on the case has to be taken note of. The judgment should be brief and not a show of learning, and yet should also deal with inconvenient, contentious and crucial arguments. Order 20 Rule 1, which mandates 30 days time period within which the judgment should be pronounced, should be adhered to, and this requires to be highlighted in the training of the judicial officers. The trial judges should be aware of the latest amendments and positions of law to give effect to the intent of the legislature, which is to speed up the process of delivering justice. Section 309 CRPC is to be strictly followed and avoid granting unnecessary adjournments and be reluctant, and I emphasize the judicial officers should be reluctant to adopt the policy of pleasing the bar by granting the adjournments for mere asking. Section 309 CRPC mandates the trial of the proceedings to be continued on day to day until all the witnesses have been examined, unless the court finds the adjournment is to be granted for the following day for reasons to be recorded. The fourth proviso to subsection 2 of section 309 CRPC mandates that adjournment shall not be granted where it is beyond the control, except where it is beyond the control of the party, and no adjournment shall be granted on the ground that the lawyer is engaged in another court. The sweeping powers vested with the trial judge under section 165 of the Evidence Act must be utilized, since it would be the endeavor of the judge to give justice, and presiding officers must cease to be a mute spectator or mere recording machine. On the other hand, the judicial officer should be an active participant in the trial, evincing intelligence and active interest by putting question to witness if necessary in order to ascertain the truth. The judicial officers be constantly reminded of the mandate of Satyendra Kumar Antil's case reported in 2022-10 SCC page 51, which is to be followed scrupulously, and any infraction by the police officers should be brought to the notice of the higher authorities for appropriate steps be taken. Yet another important factor which I would like to highlight is that the state through the high courts have established the academies for the purposes of delivering speedy and effective justice, and all the stakeholders would be answerable to the public. The revenue having pumped by the state for achieving this avowed object, it is imperative to expect that the citizens of the litigant public would get speedy and effective justice. stakeholders should be alive to this ground reality. In this direction, the judicial officers are being trained in these academies, and mere continuous training would not suffice. There should be constant evaluation of judicial officers or assessment of the output achieved by them, namely to ascertain the results of training undergone by the judicial officers, or in other words, the net result of the training should be assessed. In mercantile law, it is said, don't waste good money for the sake of bad money. So in this regard, I would state that assessment technique and evaluating methods are to be adopted, and it can be broadly classified under 4 heads: performance evaluation metrics, feedback mechanism, regular audits and inspection, digital monitoring and analytics. For the performance evaluation, the case clearance rate would be the yardstick, namely by assessing the number of cases disposed of by a judicial officer against the number of cases filed during the relevant period and timeline taken to resolve the case from filing to delivery of the judgment. Quality of judgments have to be reviewed for clarity, legal reasoning and adherence to the legal standards. Insofar as feedback mechanism is concerned, I would suggest peer review. Peer review would be an effective tool, namely where a judicial officer review each other's work, focusing on legal analysis, adherence to the procedural rules and judgment writing, conducting of litigant survey, namely feedback from the litigant and the lawyers on the conduct and professionalism of judges by ensuring anonymity and confidentiality would be yet another measuring stick. Judicial audit, that is conducting regular audit of judicial performance, focusing on efficiency, adherence to the procedure and compliance with ethical standards, apart from conducting surprise inspections by higher authorities to assess the working conditions and performance of district judiciary. Use of digital case management system to track the practice of cases and to identify the backlogs. I may share here with this august audience one of the experiments we experimented in Gujarat, of which our Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Invi Anjaria was also a part of it, was we identified as to the oldest cases which were pending more than 30 years old. We were able to identify throughout the 37 districts there were 187 cases. And myself along with the administrative judge used to monitor these 187 cases on day-to-day basis. Every day at 9 o'clock, we used to contact the judicial officer who was handling that case every day. And I may share that with you that within a span of 2 months, 27 days, we were able to dispose of 154 cases. If data analytics is employed to monitor the trend in cases outcome, duration and other performance indicators, it would be advantageous. I would suggest the Board of Governors, these programs may be considered to be imbibed by the Karnataka Judicial Academy. Number 1, mentorship program. What I would like to highlight is pair less experienced judicial officers with seasoned judges for guidance and support. 2, cross-jurisdictional mentorship. Encourage judges from different jurisdictions to collaborate and learn from each other's experiences. 2, online learning platforms. E-learning modules. You can develop an online course and module that judicial officers can access to these modules at their convenience, at their places, without even visiting the Judicial Academy by their physical presence. Webinars and virtual conferences can be hosted and to discuss the recent legal developments and case law. Third aspect is incentive-based performance, recognition and rewards. You can think of introducing a system of recognition for exemplary performance such as awards, commendations or additional training opportunities. And 2, promotion criteria, link promotions and career advancement to performance metrics and feedback from peers and litigants. Fourth aspect is judicial exchange program. There can be 2-level or 2-tier Judicial Exchange Program. 1. Domestic exchanges. Facilitate temporary exchanges between judicial officers from different states or regions to share knowledge and experience. Partner with foreign judicial system for international exchange programs to expose Indian judges to global best practices. The 5th is Public Accountability Initiative. Publish annual performance reports of trial courts, including statistics on case disposal rates, delays, and feedback from stakeholders or current users, maintaining the confidentiality. Community engagement is yet another area which has not been touched upon hitherto. Encourage judicial officers to engage with local communities through outreach programs to improve the understanding of the legal processes, to build public trust or confidence. The 6th aspect is technology integration. Explore the use of artificial intelligence tools for legal research, case management, and decision support to enhance the efficiency and accuracy of judicial work. And also, last but not the least, virtual reality training. Utilize virtual reality technology for immersive training experiences, simulating courtroom scenarios and complex legal issues. I have been informed that many of the aforesaid suggestions are already in place and some are underway. I hope and trust they would be implemented in its letter and spirit, including the one which is yet to commence. While concluding my speech, or any person who wants to conclude this speech, his desire is that the audience will have something to take, something valuable which would enrich in some way or the other. All of us, being part of this great institution, must do our best to uplift the institution and raise the standards of the bar and the bench through our actions. It would be pompous for me to quote myself. However, recently in one of the judgments rendered in 2023 SCC Online 1377, Yashpal Jain vs. Sushila Devi, I had the occasion to address the significant delays that plague our institution. The common man has a perception that approaching the court entails long wait for justice. The reasons for this perception may be many. However, we through our actions can change that. In the said judgment, I have reiterated the importance of certain provisions of the Code of Civil Procedure and Criminal Procedure that may be used as tools to tackle the long pendency of cases. The bench had urged the Secretary General of the Supreme Court of India to forward the copy of this judgment to all the registrars of High Court to ensure that these directions are followed in their true letter and spirit. The directions are not instruction, rather tools already available in CPC and CRPC which requires to be harnessed. I am aware how many of you present today, I am unaware how many of you present today had the occasion to read the judgment. However, today through this platform, I urge you to please peruse the judgment and the directions issued therein and make it an endeavor to follow the true essence of it. I urge all stakeholders to strive to their fullest and make sincere attempts, as the responsibility does not lie in anyone else but ourselves. This would be the takeaway I wish you all have from this conference. I would be extremely grateful and would consider it a reciprocatory token from all of you when you perform your duties to the fullest extent. I am sure this noble academy and the relentless efforts of its members and board of governors will provide you with the necessary infrastructure and tools to upgrade yourself. However, your contribution is also extremely necessary for the efforts to work. I am sure all of you are more than capable of changing the perception of the common man. In closing, I urge you to take pride in the critical role you play in upholding the rule of law and ensuring justice is accessible to all. Your dedication and commitment to your duties are paramount in strengthening the foundations of our judicial system. By embracing the necessary reforms and continually striving for excellence, you can make a profound impact on the lives of those who seek justice in our courts. Let us work together to build a more efficient, transparent, and responsive judiciary that meets the needs of the hour and diverse and dynamic society. I am confident that with your unwavering commitment and concerted efforts, we can bring about the much needed reforms in our judiciary. While seeing the film show, I saw that there was something what is known as help desk. I don't know whether it is still alive and kicking. If it is so, please take it forward. If it is gone to the back benches, revive it and ensure that this help desk would be the real help desk which would be useful to the judicial officers. One another aspect which I request the Honorable Chief Justice and the President of the Judicial Academy is of establishing a research wing in the Karnataka Judicial Academy. Now in Chandigarh and two other places this has been commenced, and where there can be a full-fledged research wing to be operative, which will be useful not only to the trial judges, even to the High Court judges, so that the research that is being done would be of immense help in delivering quick and effective and quality justice. Thank you all, and I wish you all the very best in your noble endeavors. I take leave of you. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಸುಧಾರಣಾ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತರಬೇತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ವೃದ್ಧಿಯಂತಹ ಹಲವು ಮಹತ್ತರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು, ಮೌಲ್ಯಾಧಾರಿತ ವಿಚಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಭಿಕರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಶ್ರೀ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. Justice. We now move on. I would request Honorable Mrs. Justice Vidya Viniyogaath, Judge Supreme Court of India, to deliver the inaugural address. ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಭಾಷಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ Honorable Mrs. Justice Vidya Viniyogaath.
Namaskar and a very good afternoon to everybody. Brother Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, who was a governor of this academy and also a constant resource person. Shri N.V. Anjarya, Chief Justice of the High Court of Karnataka and Patron-in-Chief, Karnataka Judicial Academy. Sister Justice Anu Shivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka and President of the Academy. Honorable Governors of the Academy, Brother and Sister Judges of the High Court of Karnataka, Principal District Judges and Judicial Officers of Karnataka, former Chief Justices and former Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Justice Santosh Hegde, who is present with us today, past Presidents of the Academy and former Chief Justices and Judges of the High Court, Chief Justices Banur Matt and Manjula Chellur, Madam, who are present here today, learned resource persons, experts in law as well as other domains, former directors, and Sri Marathe, Director of the Academy, and other directors, Sri Bharat Kumar, Registrar General, and other registrars of the High Court of Karnataka, the staff of Karnataka Judicial Academy, who have always been working round the clock, distinguished invitees, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and all present through digital media. I thank the Patron-in-Chief, President and Governors of the Academy for inviting me to inaugurate the Silver Jubilee celebrations of Karnataka Judicial Academy and share my thoughts on this august occasion of Nyaya Jnana. I extend my warm congratulations, greetings and good wishes to each one of you on the dais and off the dais. Having noted the theme of this celebration, which is Nyaya Jnana, I am reminded of one of the hymns of Sri Adi Shankaracharya, greatest Indian Vedantic scholar, Bhaja Govindam. He says, and I quote him, that it is only when knowledge, jnana, entwines with profound depths of wisdom, vijnana, that their harmonious union blossoms into the purest form of devotion or bhakti. Thus, unless knowledge seamlessly merges with wisdom, it remains nothing more than empty tinsel, which Sri Rajgopalacharya in his commentary on Bhajagovindam has said. It remains nothing more than empty tinsel, devoid of value or purpose. Adopting these enlightened thoughts, I must express that in my humble perspective, the pursuit of justice, nyaya, cannot truly fulfill its purpose unless it is guided by the union of knowledge, jnana, and righteousness, dharma. Therefore, on this occasion, I earnestly exhort that the sacred motto of this academy be reinstated, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha, for it is only by upholding dharma, righteousness, that we in turn are protected by it. I am sure that when the first president and governors established this institution, they had a purpose with which they had this Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. If dharma is not relevant to judicial officers, to whom else is it relevant? Therefore, I request the Honorable Chief Justice and Patron, the President, the Governors to restore the motto of this institution. On that hopeful note, I proceed with my address. I must recall and acknowledge the active role played and services rendered by the past presidents, governors and directors of this academy, guided by the respective patrons in chief in the last quarter century, for enhancing this academy as a premier training institution for judges, judicial officers and staff. Today I must also express my gratitude to all the resource persons who have shared their knowledge and expertise in this academy. They are sitting and former Chief Justices and Judges of the Supreme Court of India, sitting and former Judges of the High Court of Karnataka, sitting and former Judges of the District Judiciary, domain experts and other resource persons who have spent their time to ensure that the trainees are exposed to the best in various branches of law and other subjects. More importantly, the resource persons have imparted knowledge and shared their experience in the transformation of judges at various levels of hierarchy in the judiciary in Karnataka. I have pleasant memories of being associated with this academy, initially as a resource person and thereafter from 1/3/2012 when Justice Vikramjit Sen thought it fit that I should be in this academy as a governor along with Justice Kumar, who was the president, and from January 2020 till August 2021 as its president. I must thank the respective patrons in chief who continued me in this institution for over 9 years. My association with the academy has aided me as a judge, as I not only prepared my lessons in various branches of law I was asked to lecture on, but also my interactions with various batches of judicial officers about judicial ethics has helped me to transform myself. For I believe one should not preach without practice, and what I taught here is what I have been implementing as a judge. This academy has been at the forefront in organizing several national and international conferences, zonal conferences on various topics of law by inviting several eminent personalities in the training programs. COVID-19 was in a way a blessing in disguise for the judiciary, for the country opened up, the courts in the country opened up beyond its territories. So also this academy. We had programs through online and virtual mode for judicial officers, including on Sundays, because I found that those days the courts were not functioning. So it did not matter whether it was a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Sunday. And we had programs, online programs on niche areas of law, and later examined the trainees and evaluated them and gave them their grading. It is a matter of interest that during the COVID period, with the guidance of the then patron in chief, Chief Justice Oak, we organize training programs for High Court judges in this academy. This has led to the idea of having a state-of-the-art seminar room and lounge for the High Court judges in the second new building which is coming up. I invite that the judges of the High Court must be included in these programs. In short, my experience with the academy has been to think as a trainee, a director, a governor and president all rolled into one. I only hope that brother and sister judges of the High Court of Karnataka would continue to impart their knowledge and experience to the judicial officers who are to be trained in the academy, for they cannot be excluded from the academy. Also, domain experts from beyond the state of Karnataka must be invited to the academy. Institutions imparting judicial training stand at the intersection of judicial instinctiveness, tradition and transformation, where justice is not just an internal calling, but a journey of evolution and education. As judicial officers embark on this reconnaissance and internal development of judicial dharma or righteousness, they initiate a journey towards becoming an ideal judge. By this process, one constantly first unlearns, then learns and relearns the importance of fairness and integrity, eschew bias and prejudice, and recognize the fact of righteousness to be traversed with careful refinement of one's critical and spiritual mind. Justice Felix Frankfurter said, and I quote, "Judicial judgment must take deep account of the day before yesterday in order that yesterday may not paralyze today," unquote. This is best manifested in the corridors of a judicial academy that brings senior judges and resource persons together, along with domain experts in various fields connected to law, to impart training to young judicial officers. Judicial training is the cultivation of a mindset that imbues every judgment, every order, and even every internal and external deliberation with judicial righteousness. I firmly believe that this continuous consternation of learning and self-improvement gradually emboldens the strength to find hard answers in the convoluted web of facts and modern jurisprudence, cutting across nuances of ethical dilemmas. I would like to outline how the journey of nurturing a judicial mind beyond the enhancement of technical expertise also imbibes the responsibility of upholding judicial dharma or righteousness within the system in which the judge serves. I must recall the crucial line of inquiry posed by the 117th report of the Law Commission on Training of Judicial Officers. It asked, "What are the goals or objects to achieve which justice delivery system was devised?" Unquote. I find that the question posed in 1986 is as relevant as ever. In fact, the report has noted that a more expansive and liberal view of judicial education must be borne out. And in 1983, the Conference of Chief Justices of High Courts requested the Government of India to set up regional training institutes where members of the district judiciary in 4 zones of the country would be taught by eminent professors, lawyers, judges and jurists who could be invited there on contemporary topics and subjects. Justice S.B. Sinha of the Supreme Court, who spent almost every weekend as a judge of the Supreme Court in the National Judicial Academy, who, along with reading his special leave petitions in the evening and night, spoke on similar subject, and he correctly highlighted that perhaps in no other service in this country where one is truly independent and where only his or her peers can judge one's conduct. Indeed, in an independent, dynamic, complex and responsible service, greater is the role of pre-induction training and comprehensive continuing education. The Supreme Court of India in the Advocates on Record Association quoted Winston Churchill and said, quote, "The service rendered by judges demand the highest qualities of learning, training and character. These qualities are not to be measured in terms of pounds, shillings and pence, according to the quantity of work done. A form of life and conduct far more severe and restricted than that of ordinary people is required from the judges. That is the essence of transformation of a person to which the academy must do. In All India Judges Association and others, the importance of judicial training was again emphasized by the Supreme Court, and it was recommended that a fresh recruit to judicial service should be imparted training of not less than 1 year, preferably 2 years. We have a system here where the newly recruited officers, trainees would be here initially for a period of 4 months and then go back and then come back so that they don't feel bored if they are here for 1 year. But then a system was started that since vacancies should not be there in the courts, immediately after 4 days or 1 week they are sent to the courts to sit. I don't think in the attempt to see that there is no vacancy in courts, we should send newly recruited persons within 1 week to the courts. It would be a disaster. They will have no confidence. And if initially the judicial officer has no confidence, how will that judicial officer function later? There cannot be a negative feeling in a judicial officer when he or she goes and sits on the dais. Therefore, I exhort that they should be in the academy for at least 4 months. Never mind, the training of one judicial officer will necessarily mean that another judicial officer is taking on the burden of a vacant court. But that is still better than sending a raw, fresh judicial officer who has taken oath only 1 week ago to go and preside over a court in order to see that vacancy is not shown in the statistics. The central focus of judicial training is not only improving knowledge creation amongst judges, but also attaining attitudinal changes. Amidst our challenges of pendency and legal system would be better placed with confident and trained judges. We, the judges at whatever level we may be, are conscious of the challenges facing the system of justice delivery in India. We need not go far. Justice Ravindran, in his book Anomalies in Law and Justice, has identified the following areas of problems and challenges. What is the first problem? Delay in disposal and its consequences. What is the challenge? How to render speedy, effective justice. Problem: increasing court load, increasing load on courts, increasing cost of litigation, lack of flexibility or choices in solutions and reliefs to litigants, increasing failure in personal and commercial relationships, lack of effective justice. How to popularize alternative dispute resolution processes, that is conciliation, mediation or lok adalat. How to popularize plea bargaining. Problem: lack of access to justice and poorer and weaker sections of society. Challenge: how to provide access to justice to the needy, downtrodden and weaker sections of the society. Fourth and most important problem: erosion of credibility of judiciary and the gradual loss of trust and confidence of the common man in courts. Challenge: how to enhance the credibility of the judiciary as an institution and regain the trust and confidence of the general public. The object and purpose of having judicial academies is to train the judges to meet these challenges. Training of judges to increase their potential, capabilities, productivity and efficiency is a must. Simultaneously, court officers, secretarial assistants and other staff who function and assist the function of the court must be trained. I wanted to establish a secretarial college here to train the stenographers, because we are running short of qualified and trained stenographers not only in the High Court but also throughout the district. I have again mentioned it to Honorable the Chief Justice to establish a secretarial college here so that we train the persons who want to be stenographers and then they can be recruited to the High Courts and other courts in the state. The quality and period of training of the judicial officers, including the modules, the course structure adopted for training, is of importance. We have the Justice V.S. Malimat module, which is of 2010. I think now the time has come to have a new structure because there are so many new laws in niche areas and they must be included in the syllabus. So there is necessity of having a course structure and a modulation in the modules being evaluated and devised. This is because bad training would be worse than no training at all. The judicial academies must involve a spectrum of sitting and retired judges and judicial officers, domain experts, and academically oriented senior advocates to train not only in various branches of law but also in court management and generally to enhance the quality in the discharge of duties as a judge as effectively as possible. Judicial training naturally increases confidence of judges and help them in rendering speedy and qualitative justice to litigants. The behemoth challenge before educators, therefore, is to discover an innovative path that ties traditional norms of justice with reforms that together transform the judiciary. No longer is judicial training isolated to experiences within the country. Instead, the International Organization of Judicial Training came into being in 2002, intending to promote rule of law by supporting the work of judicial education institutions globally. The IOJT, in fact, has adopted the Bangalore Principles of Judicial Conduct with regard to the transformation of judges to those who are efficient and have integrity in their discharge of duties. Training has positive ramifications on the life of a judicial officer. In fact, a study conducted on impact of judicial training on judicial work culture in district courts found transformative effects of induction training on trainee judges in 2012 batch of UP Judicial Services. I hope that the national and state judicial academies will soon conduct regular studies of such nature and adopt a synchronized policy on capacity building. What is judicial education as distinguished from legal education? The realm and discourse around legal education is marked by a strong proclivity for uncertainty. Advocates thrive in uncertainty. Jeremy Bentham had remarked, "The power of the lawyer is in the uncertainty of the law." In my transformation brought out by judicial training, which brings out in line the distinction between legal education and judicial education, which is necessary to find out what the exact role of the judge is in those times. This is especially so for pre-induction training. Beyond the provisions of law, judicial training imbues an allegiance to judicial dharma or righteousness. Therefore, training develops a judicial officer into an impartial, independent, dispute resolution mechanism, elevate judicial integrity, eliminate hidden biases, and sensitize on critical issues. Beyond placing in the hands of judges the tools to execute their work, judicial training endorses and inculcates a vision of what is expected of the institution which they serve, their role in it, and critically, how to serve it with adherence to judicial dharma or righteousness. I have always spoken about 4 P's to the batches of judicial trainees who have come here, namely probity, patience, punctuality, and promptness, which should be the guiding mantra of every judge. The responsibility on judicial training institutes to manage pre-induction training is highly critical, as it lays down the very structure on which the future judicial officers will function. To whom do we serve is a question which we must constantly ask and answer. At this juncture, I am reminded of the words of Chief Justice Warren Burger of the Supreme Court when he said, quote, "The notion that most people want black-robed judges, well-dressed lawyers, and fine panel courtrooms as the setting to resolve their dispute is not correct. People with problems like people with, and they want it as quickly and inexpensively as possible." Unquote. It must not be the dogmatism of ideologues, whether judicial, political, or economic, but intent of being relief-oriented judges that drives the ideal judge. By relief-oriented judge, I don't mean a popular judge to go on giving interim orders in cases where interim orders are not to be granted. Please don't mistake an ideal judge to be a popular judge with a bar. the ideal judge must utilize the tools available to him or her to ascertain the balance in law. Judicial training's role is to equip the judge with new technologies and changes in law so that the judge confronted with continuing challenges of interpretation, case management, recording evidence, ensuring fair opportunity and judicial balance in the conduct of trial of civil and criminal cases is able to ensure fair representation for both sides and secure a bird's eye perspective of the case. As a matter of introspection, even after engaging in the discipline of law for over 40 years, I find myself discovering and rediscovering the best in interpretation of law, courtroom management, and finding where the law enables relief. My feeling is transformation of a judge at whatever level she or he may be is a process of evolution which would possibly end only when the robes are folded. Having spoken on the importance of judicial training, I would now like to dilate something on judicial ethics or dharma. Judicial dharma is the confluence of unimpeachable integrity and independence, impartial and uninfluenced decisional calculus, ideal moral stature, and ethical firmness. A tall order indeed, and that is how it should be. Unlike any government service, a judge not only holds an office of public trust, but also protects public trust from any infliction and aspersion. The ideal judge's presence secures the litigant impartial decision making. In doing so, the ideal judge must realize that the call to imbibing judicial dharma or righteousness is neither conditional on propriety displayed by litigants or members of the bar, nor is it reciprocal to societal and popular acclaim. The conduct of a judicial officer has to be above reproach. At this juncture, I must highlight the four-pronged test for assessing judges propounded by Socrates. Hear courteously, consider soberly, answer wisely, decide impartially. These 8 words in 4 sentences highlight the manner in which a judge ought to discharge his duties. Conducting a courtroom demands a palette of skills on the part of the judge besides knowledge of law. A judge's personality, his diction and values influence decisions and the atmosphere of the courtroom. A judge's reaction to witnesses, rulings on objections, engagement with the bar affect public perception of the fairness of the trial. Judicial dharma will be left unserved if a judge considers himself to be above those that he serves. The ideal judge must possess the constantly and develop certain judicial skills, administrative skills, and more importantly, scrupulously follow certain judicial and ethical standards. Judicial academies play a monumental role in the manner of change from students of law to students of law who also lay down the law, that is, judges. The ideal judge must be cognizant that a change is reflective of a primarily human problem concerning life, liberty, and is not to be treated as a static. Instead, every case presents an opportunity to render justice and contribute to interpretation of law permissible, thereby making it the best version of itself. Having taken the oath in the name of the Constitution, the ideal judge must follow the. I find that this spirit has much to contribute to our understanding of judicial discipline. Concluding, I go back to the question posed by the Law Commission. What are the goals or objects to achieve which justice delivery system was devised? I observe that any goal or object which the justice delivery system was devised was to succeed. It should train the judicial officer who does not display any vice of judicial indiscipline. Judicial indiscipline also necessitates circumspection in conduct of judicial officers with the people they serve. Instances of impropriety would result in lowering the dignity of the judicial office. On this auspicious occasion, I don't like to highlight on examples of impropriety, but we can only recollect it in our minds. The sacred office of a judicial officer calls for self-impositions on many enjoyments ordinarily available to a member of the public. At this juncture, I might allude to value 4, propriety of the Bangalore Principles of Judicial Conduct, and more too, which states, and I observe, as a subject of constant public scrutiny, a judge must accept personal restrictions that might be viewed as burdensome by the ordinary citizen and should do so freely and unwillingly. In particular, a judge shall conduct himself or herself in a way that is consistent with the dignity of the judicial office, unquote. A coalescing of ethics, education in judicial training, and innate circumspection must guide judicial officers towards cognizant, self-imposed limitations on questionable conduct and excess privileges. I thank the Judicial Academy for inviting me to address this enlightened audience on this significant occasion. I appeal to all resource persons to give their best to this academy. My hope is that every judicial officer makes the best of his experience at the academy, apart from having a comfortable stay and a variety of menu. I am sure that the president and directors would devise more and more innovative programs for the training of judicial officers in niche areas of law and for transformation of our judges. The academy must be ahead of the courts in devising programs for judicial officers, particularly for judges such as in commercial courts, judges in Bangalore city and Bangalore rural courts who have to face peculiar kind of litigations. Courses such as training in particular suits, particular applications which have to be disposed of by the judicial officers. These are the areas in which the training must be. For example, if I could take a minute, suit for partition, suit for specific performance, suit for recovery of money, suit for declaration and injunction, suit for bare injunction, mandatory injunction. Instead of teaching the provisions of the various acts, the skill in handling the suits, for I am informed that certain judicial officers in a suit for partition are asking questions which relate to issues for suit for specific performance. What kind of training then we have to give our judicial officers? I must appeal to all persons who are part of the recruitment to have recruitment of meritorious officers. Otherwise, if our officers who are dealing with suits for partition are going to ask questions on issues on suit for specific performance, where is our judiciary in Karnataka going? I appeal to everybody, please recruit meritorious officers and train them skillfully. Then only Karnataka judiciary will be at the top in the country. I thank each one of you for your kind attention. Thank you.
ನ್ಯಾಯ ವಿಜೃಂಭಿಸಲು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಧರ್ಮ ಅತಿ ಪೂರಕವಾದ ಅಂಶಗಳು ಎಂಬಂತಹ ಉನ್ನತವಾದ ಚಿಂತನೆಯನ್ನ ಸಭೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿ ಬಿ.ವಿ. ನಾಗರತ್ನ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
I would now request Honorable Mr. Justice Srinivas Harish Kumar, a Judge High Court of Karnataka and Governor of Karnataka Judicial Academy, Bengaluru, for words of thanks.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. A warm and cherished morning to one and all present here. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, esteemed invitees, most valued resource persons, judicial officers, the registrars of the High Court, the director, the faculty and staff members of the Judicial Academy, print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. The dictionary meaning of the word academy is a place of study or training in a special field. The Karnataka Judicial Academy is a place where training is important not only to the newly recruited judicial officers to learn the skills of adjudication process, but also all the stakeholders of the judiciary in achieving the real spirit behind access to justice and speedy and real justice. Academy is a place where information gets transformed into real knowledge. In this context, I may quote a verse from Mankuti Manakaga, the great literary work of Sri D.V. Gundappa, popularly called DVG. I quote verse number 65. ಪುಸ್ತಕದಿ ದೊರೆತರಿವು ಮಸ್ತಕದಿ ತಳೆದ ಮಣಿ, ಚಿತ್ತದೊಳು ಬೆಳೆದರಿವು ತರು ತಳೆದ ಪುಷ್ಪ, ವಸ್ತು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರವು ಅಂತರೀಕ್ಷಣೆಯಿಂದ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀತನದಿಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. The meaning of this verse is, bookish information or knowledge is like an ornament on one's head. Knowledge gained through experience is like a flower blossomed in a plant or tree. Real knowledge, called jnana, can be attained through introspection and inner contemplation, but not merely by acquiring bookish knowledge or by educational degrees awarded by universities. To render justice, one needs to have keen intellect, to be able to evaluate evidence with a fair and balanced approach, to understand the needs of the society, and above all, the desire to do justice. But none of these aspects is dealt with or taught in law colleges. The real purpose of training is epitomized by Socrates. I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. Therefore, to equip an entrant to the judiciary to be a good judge, training is indispensable, and Karnataka Judicial Academy is striving in this regard. On this occasion, I reflect on my journey being a trainee district judge in the year 2002 and then to becoming director of Karnataka Judicial Academy and now a member of its board of governors. I can say with confidence and pride that Karnataka Judicial Academy has grown into a place where imparting of skills takes primacy in a free and fearless atmosphere. The progress feels good, and achieving milestone of 25 years is really a big win in terms of number of trainings conducted and number of judicial officers trained. On this occasion, it's an honor and privilege to acknowledge the contribution of all. Words may not sufficiently communicate our deep gratitude to Honorable Srimati Justice B. Viniyogaath, Judge Supreme Court of India, for the devout and solemn support extended during her ladyship stint as the President of Academy, as well as the member of Board of Governors while I was the Director of Academy. Justice B. Viniyogaath accepted our invitation and is present with us today. We are deeply moved by her thought-provoking inaugural address. I, on behalf of the Karnataka Judicial Academy, everybody present here, and on my behalf, extend heartfelt thanks to Srimati Justice B. Viniyogaath, Judge Supreme Court. Another constant force behind Academy is Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India. His Lordship's contribution is very immense in the success the Academy has seen. His Lordship has kindly responded to our invitation and graced the occasion. I, on behalf of the Karnataka Judicial Academy, everybody present here, and on my behalf, extend heartfelt thanks to His Lordship. An event of this magnitude can happen only with the support of the one at the helm of affairs, my Lord the Chief Justice, Honorable Sri Justice N.V. Anjaria, the Patron-in-Chief of Karnataka Judicial Academy, has always been there to encourage and guide us. Just a thank you seems too small to encompass the vibrations of all our hearts at this point of time. I place on record our indebtedness to the Honorable Chief Justice and the Patron-in-Chief for leading from the front. Full-hearted thanks to you, sir. Jubilees are milestones on the journey of life, and every celebration is an experience that echoes in the depth of our hearts. Honorable Srimati Justice Anu Shivaraman, Judge High Court of Karnataka, and the President Karnataka Judicial Academy is the driving force behind this celebration. Our deepest appreciation and thanks to her Ladyship for the dedicated and sustained efforts in making this event happen. Thank you, Madam. A team is like a family. You can have arguments and disagreements, but if everyone is moving forward together, success takes care of itself. If Karnataka Judicial Academy has reached the milestone of 25 years without a blemish and is recognized as an institution of par excellence, the credit must go to honorable members of the Board of Governors of Karnataka Judicial Academy, past and present, all the past patrons in chief, past presidents, past and present directors, as well as the staff of KJA. I express my deep gratitude to all of them. Legal and real life experiences are essential to mold thoughtful and compassionate judges. Without a strong and dedicated pool of resource persons, we could not have dreamt of accomplishment we are celebrating. Our pool of resource persons consists of former Chief Justices of the Supreme Court, former judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, sitting judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, both serving and retired district judges, doctors, legal professionals, academicians, persons well versed in the field of technology, and officials of other government departments. We are grateful to you all, sir. On this occasion, I sincerely thank each one of them. The contribution of the staff in providing the required support is immense. I, on behalf of everyone present here, acknowledge the same. On this occasion, I also thank the print and electronic media. A note of thanks to all those who are present here. You have been a source of strength to us through your prayer, support, and help. By chance, anyone to whom we owe our gratitude has not been mentioned, I say a big thank you. My attitude today is one of gratitude and magnitude of which is infinitude. Thank you all once again. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. Justice Srinivas Harish Kumar, for a cordial words of thanks. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ, ರಜದ ಸಂಭ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಸುವರ್ಣದತ್ತ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕಲಿ, ಶತಮಾನೋತ್ಸವವನ್ನ ಆಚರಿಸುವಂತಾಗಲಿ ಎಂಬ ಸದಾಶಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸಂಪನ್ನಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Request all of you to kindly rise for national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you very much. A couple of announcements. We request the former staff of Karnataka Judicial Academy to go to the first floor. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಮಹಡಿಗೆ ತೆರಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟವರನ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ you can collect your mementos, and also we request the committee members to assemble at room number 1 after 15 minutes, and please note that the High Court Museum artifacts are assembled at room number 2. We request all of you to kindly take a look before you head back to your respective destinations. Thank you for being a part of this function. Namaskara, and all of you please take care. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
The past presidents and patrons in chief are requested to kindly and the past governors are requested to kindly come out to the dais for a quick photograph. Yes. Former governors also should join in. present governors, former patron-in-chiefs, and everyone as announced. Kindly come over.